Hey Scruffy, how you doing? So I have a special treat for you tonight. So I have a chicken bone and some chicken skin because I realized I probably should do something for what is approximately our 1 year anniversary of starting this. I don't actually have the exact date, but I think we're kind of in that ballpark, and I've been putting a counter of how many weeks we've been in, and so I think it's still week 53, so it's I don't know if that number is actually perfectly accurate, but that's, I guess, the closest thing I can go off of. So I guess you're ready, huh? So bring out your food, okay? Okay. So put the food on the table. And get the water. Okay, so I'm going to change the water. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna sit in the chair. You're cutting me off, huh? Okay. So I gotta get the glove on. So the weather remained nice today. So I think it's supposed to heat up possibly starting tomorrow, but I think definitely more in 2 days. So I decided to go out for a bike ride late this afternoon. It was the first time I think I've been on a late bike ride in quite a while. Actually, no, I think I did one, but not too long ago, but I don't think it was quite this late. That's what I don't remember. But yeah, the last couple of months I've been going out pretty early. So I've been going out in the mornings more than the afternoons. The afternoons have been too hot. And so I'm not used to going out in the afternoon anymore. Even though I actually prefer afternoons. So for the first time, and I can remember in a while, the sun was actually in my eyes in a bunch of places, particularly a bunch of the main hill climbs that I do. So I'm guessing it's probably been a year since it's been like that. And then I remembered, oh gee, speaking of years, it's probably been about a year since I started feeding Scruffy. And I remembered this last week, actually, because when he disappeared and didn't show up for dinner that one night, I think, yeah, it dawned on me also that, yeah, we were very close to our 1 year anniversary. And how tragic it would be if he suddenly disappeared right before it. But he's still here. And so anyway, I was thinking about it today. I was like, gee, I probably should do something special for him. And I remembered, oh yeah, I saved some chicken skin and bones in the freezer from the last time I had chicken. So maybe I should thaw out a bone and some skin for him and add it to his dinner tonight. But since I didn't do it soon enough. I had to use the microwave to kind of thaw it out, and I think I overcooked it a little bit. So it's, I think, partially cooked now. Hopefully it's not overcooked. I don't think he wants, so I read with the chicken bones in particular, it's better raw. I'm thinking it's probably the bone marrow that they're after, and maybe the bone marrow isn't good when you cook it. So I noticed it was dripping bone marrow on the plates that I defrosted it on, so I don't think it's fully cooked, so it's hopefully still good enough. Skin, I think, is a little overdone, but I don't think the skin matters either way. I fried it for him once. I forgot how many, that was a long time ago. So I fried up some chicken skin and couldn't believe how much grease was in it. It was worse than bacon. So yeah, if you ever want a really fatty, hearty meal, grill up some, fry up some chicken skin. You don't need bacon. And so, yeah, there's so much fat in the skin, either way you do it, whether it's raw, fried, microwaved, it's probably all just fat calories, which Scruffy will enjoy in any form. Might be a little rubbery tonight, but I don't think he's picky. Just hope he doesn't throw up. So I was also thinking about last year when I started feeding him. I remember I have memories of it being very hot. And I know last year was very, very hot, and we were having wildfires about this time of year, and they were really out of control last year. He had a lot of days and weeks, actually, where the air quality was so bad you couldn't go out. The sky was completely covered in smoke. I was about a mile away from one of the major evacuation zones. It's actually where I go bike riding. There's actually one inside that evacuation zone from last year. So if you lived in that area, you had to evacuate. So that park was closed a bunch last year as well. Scruffy's a little more active with the pets tonight. Oops. Here's an itch. So it's almost time to feed him, and he has a big meal ahead of him, so probably should give him his food so he can eat. He's really into the pets right now, so I think I better give him a few more pets. Wow, I think he's really into it. So, I find it funny that, today of all days, it's kind of cool. Very nice weather. Not like when we started this. Yeah, his fur is a lot better than when we first started, too. So remember, he used to have this really nasty, crusty spot on his fur, on his back somewhere. I think it was like covered in like he's like soaked in some like mud or some liquid that like dried on him, and you know, obviously he wasn't able to groom it out himself. He really needed a bath or some liquid. And I remember trying to get that crust out of him a couple times, but this is before he'd let me brush him or pet him. And so I think eventually this went on for a while and nothing I could do about it. But I think we finally got some rain or something, and I think he got caught in the rain and it kind of washed away some of the crud that was stuck in his fur. But his fur looks a lot better now than when we first started. He was pretty disgusting looking when we first started this. Oops. Okay, let's get your food. So we got a lot of food tonight. And I hope you don't throw up. So I didn't hear any meows last night at the door in the middle of the night. So if you saw 2 nights ago, he did that, and I fed him a late night dessert. So he didn't do a repeat. And if he doesn't throw up tonight, I assume it's going to be enough food tonight that he's probably not going to want dessert. Okay, I'm done. So now we just watch him eat. So I went up the exposed mountainside, hill climb number 1, on my bike ride today, since it was cool enough and kind of late enough that the sun intensity was no longer an issue. Now the issue was, the sun's directly in my eyes. Though actually for this particular climb, the sun was actually not in my eyes, so it wasn't too bad. It was actually my more standard parts of the route that were actually getting the sun directly in my eyes. So I noticed the dirt was looser today, so I think they may have been doing some more work and pushed up more loose dirt onto the trail, so I lost my traction slightly once. And then when I finally got to the top, I got where the vantage point is. I took in the view, and the smoky haze that we've been in. It's still there, but it is getting a little better. And then again today, I think air quality index was green again, so I think we're finally starting to clear up the air a little bit here. I noticed there was a lot of horse manure on the trails today, and actually the last time I went, same thing. But I didn't talk about that last time. So last time I went out, I started noticing there was a lot of horse manure on the trail that I was on, and it was really fresh, and trying to avoid it. And I figured, there must be like horses that recently gone through here. And then I actually caught up with a horse, so it was not just kind of fresh. It was really fresh. So looked like a somebody was learning how to ride or how to train or how to perform with a horse. I don't know the terminology. I don't even know, how it works. But there's a bridge, a pedestrian bridge, at one point, and it's kind of a wooden bridge. Makes a lot of noise when you walk on it or cross it. And anyway, a guy, so two guys, so one guy on the horse, another guy who looked like he was probably like the trainer, owner, or the expert. And the guy sitting on the horse was making the horse walk back side to side. So back and forth, side to side. And then as I approached, the trainer who was on the ground kind of ordered them to move aside for me. Stop what they were doing. But I'm guessing, yeah, all the manure came from that horse. Though, yeah, I saw a lot more manure today. Also on the hill climb number 3, so or number 1. I didn't see the horse that caused that one though. On the way back, leaving the park, there's it's kind of a long 2-lane road that connects the park to the main road. So it's about a 5-minute ride up the road, and then maybe 3 to 4 minutes down the road because it's on an incline. But yeah, I saw a dead cat on the side. Kind of sad. So it's roadkill. So I'm having trouble focusing. So I get that to focus. So it was a black and gray striped cat. Looked kind of young, kind of small. Not a kitten per se, but like not a tiny kitten, but possibly a young adult. So yeah, Scruffy likes doing that. He likes ripping the food out and eating it on the ground. Surprised he didn't take it away. So I have that problem with him. He likes to steal the food and eat it somewhere else. So I think he got part of the bone. I see another piece of the bone still in the bowl. So he must have broke the bone and split it in two and took one piece out. So I think he likes it. So hopefully it means I didn't overcook it. So I saw Scruffy sleeping near the railing on the deck most of the day. It's kind of in the shade most of the time. He was in a vantage point where it was really hard to get a clear view of him, so I didn't film him. But he did do, he was sleeping very comfortably. At one point, yeah, he was belly up, legs up. So he was very comfortable today. I've been having cravings for something that I don't know what. It's been kind of a problem. So I think I'm due for a cheat meal, I think. But I don't know what I want to do with it. But I think the cravings have been for some sort of form of meat. So chicken has been on my mind. And honestly, steak is also always on my mind, and I haven't had a good burger in a long time. I was thinking about a hot dog, but I'm gonna have a cheat meal. Seems like I should do something a little nicer, more enjoyable. Could do a chili dog, but I'd go overboard with that. Probably end up making my own chili, and then I'd have like way too much food and way overeat. So I didn't use my sun oven that much this summer because I've been trying to not tempt myself with overeating. But yeah, I think one of the things I was able to do with my sun oven was chili last year, I think. Did I do that? I don't remember. I know I thought about doing it. So I bought a Dutch oven, and I used it in my sun oven, and I know, thinking about it, it'd be perfect for chili. I must have done it at least once in the sun oven. Yeah, I think I did. I made a mess there. Yeah, I should have moved the gray mat. Oh well. Hopefully he'll look it up. So I still have some more bags of the shirataki noodles, so I could do more spaghetti. Read somebody is using the shirataki noodles in mac and cheese, and got me wondering, should I try that? Problem is, yeah, the shirataki noodles just I think it could be a limitation on how I've been able to prepare it. So I think if you don't prepare them right, they come out kind of chewy, kind of gummy-like. I've read if you do it just right, they're not quite as gummy. I haven't been able to get it to that stage where they're not chewy or gummy. Because you're supposed to boil them first to heat them up, and then you're supposed to pan fry them, and if you do it right, they're not supposed to be like gummy. So far, apparently haven't been doing it right. And just because they kind of come out gummy, I'm not convinced it's going to be satisfying in the mac and cheese. And then if I did a mac and cheese, I think I'd have to do a homemade mac and cheese, which means I gotta go out and buy a lot of cheese. So I had some cheese that was frozen. I actually still do, but I had some shredded cheese that I froze, and I think I either used it up or I threw it out when my freezer died. I think I have a big block of cheese still, though, that's in the freezer. But yeah, I'll probably make my own homemade macaroni and cheese to really make it work. So I've tried Alton Brown's mac and cheese recipes a few times. He has actually two. He has the casserole style, and then he also has the stovetop style. Both are pretty good. I've done his casserole one more. I'm not sure how to adapt it to use shiitake noodles, though. I imagine it'd be a mixture of both. Problem is, it's so calorie dense. I'm thinking I'm gonna totally overeat if I make that. Actually, I've actually been craving a Yankee pot roast. So that was one of my favorite things to make in the sun oven or crock pot or whatever. It's easy, it's satisfying, tastes good. Problem once again is, yeah, probably going to overeat with it. Though there's actually a secondary problem. Meat is really expensive right now. It's been for ever since the lockdown started. Meat's just skyrocketed in price. I'm worried it's not ever going to come down ever again. During the lockdowns, the meat really spiked up. It came down a little bit, but it's still really high to where compared to where we started. And so it's really hard to justify. Beef in particular, beef was really the one that exploded in price. Pork and chicken, I think I didn't notice the price in chicken jump as much. I'm gonna buy a lot of pork, but yeah, I think it's a little more expensive, but not nearly as much as beef is going. And then for a while, fish, I noticed, was spiking up and then kind of came back down, and I don't know where it is now. So I actually have some frozen salmon fillets in the freezer. That's actually another option. Should probably consider that for my cheat meal. So it's too late now, I think. Probably not going to do my cheat meal tonight. Got to plan these things, particularly since most of my meats are frozen. So I'd rather thaw them out in the refrigerator overnight or something, rather than have to defrost them in the microwave, because I tend to overdo it in the microwave, like with Scruffy's chicken bone and skin. So yeah, this meal's taking a long time tonight. We're about 10 minutes over our normal time. So that's a lot of food for him, I guess. It's just really hard to eat the bone. So he still wants more. It's a real glutton. So I can relate. Not gonna lick the bowl, huh? See a little bit of meaty pate still next to the ball. So he's wasting food. Well, there's his anniversary meal. So happy 1-year anniversary, Scruffy. So I thought he was going to saunter off. Looks like he's just going to groom himself. He's still kind of far away, though. So we're already past a half hour here. And yeah, he's eating, and I don't want him throwing up, so I think I'm just going to go in. So I'm going to call it here, folks. So thanks for watching, and we'll do this again tomorrow. Bye.